Welcome to the little beading closet. This beaded princess ring using crystals and seed beads is designed to lift the crystals front and center. The detail underneath is not only pretty, but also adds strength to your ring. I hope you and your friends enjoy making and wearing these pretty princess bead rings. Today's supplies will be 4mm cube crystal beads, size 15 seed beads, size 11 seed beads, a size 12 or 13 beading needle, and today I'll be using Fireline and .006. I'm going to begin by picking up 2 of the cube beads on my needle and bringing them down near the end of my thread. What I like to do is take my 2 beads and sit them side by side on my fingers, holding them together. I'll needle back through the first one. The key is to try to get them to sit as flush as possible against each other. I'll take my free tail and slip it under this thread bridge right here, coming back through the loop formed to make a knot. I'll pull it tight, needling away from my tail, back into this one. Pick up one more of your cube beads, come back through this one that you're exiting, and you just want them to sit side by side. So I'll just work it with my fingers and then needle back through this cube bead. Pick up the last cube bead and come through your crystal and then come back into the last cube bead that you just added. We want to minimize how much thread you see along the edge. So right now we're going to go ahead and pick up 2 of the size 15 seed beads and come into the other crystal above it. Again, we're going to pick up 2 size 15s into the next crystal. Picking up 2 more size 15s and coming into the next crystal. Go ahead and pick up 1 size 11, needle right back into the crystal that you're coming out of. I'm finished with my tail, and I'll go ahead and trim it off and get it out of my way. I'm going to pick up 1 more size 11, and needle right back into the crystal that I'm coming out of, making sure you come out beside your 11 and not through it. Pick up 2 more size 15s and needle into the second crystal. Pick up 1 size 11 and needle right back into the crystal that you're coming out of. Again, pick up 1 size 11 and needle right back into the crystal that you're coming out of, making sure you come out beside your 11 and not through it. Go ahead and pick up 2 more size 15 seed beads and come into the next crystal, picking up 1 size 11, needle right back into the crystal that your thread is coming out of. Again, pick up 1 more size 11 and needle right back into the crystal that you're coming out of. Picking up 2 more size 15 seed beads and needling into the last crystal. Should look like this now. Pick up 1 more size 11, needle right back into the crystal that you're coming out of. Repeat that for the other side of the crystal by picking up 1 more size 11 and needle right back through the crystal. With your thread exiting here, you'll want to needle into all the beads along the side. And that will make the 11 sit flush against your crystals and kind of pull everything into a straight row along the edge. Continue down the edge until you're exiting the size 11 at the end, like this. Along the end, we're going to pick up 115, 111, 3 more 15s, and 1 more 11, and 115. Coming out of this 11 here, needle into the 11 and all the beads on your other side. 1. We're going to repeat that on the other end. Come into the 11 on your other side. Again, I'm going to needle down the side through the seed beads, and we just want to needle down to this last 15 here at the end before the 11. Skip the 11 and come into the 3 seed beads on the end. Again, skip your 11 and come into your other seed beads here along the side of your crystals. Doing that pops the 2 beads here out on a point a little bit, which is what you would like. But continuing down my seed beads along the side of the crystal, I'm going to make sure that I'm coming out of the 15. You're going to skip over the 11 and come through the 3 15s on the end. You have 1 corner left. We're just going to skip that 11 and come into the seed beads along the edge of your crystals. Now I want to come down to the end. I'm down here near the end, and I want to come through the 11, the 15s, and through my next 11. Now I'm going to make a square unit here at the end, picking up 2 11s, 3 15s, and 2 more 11s. Coming out here, I'm going to needle into the 11 and the 3 15s. Before going through the corner 11, I'm going to come straight down into these 2 11s here. Here, come through your 3 15s on the bottom and come up the 2 11s here. The thread path is on this side of the 11, so we want to needle into the opposite side of that 11. And this is in an effort to get the 11s to stack just underneath the corner seed. Needle through your next 15 and 11. Coming out of the 11, pick up 2 15s and 1 11. And bring these up next to my work. I'm going to skip the 11 on the bottom and needle through the 2 15s. Before I completely tighten it up, I'm going to needle in the 11 through the 2 15s and through the next 11. And then I'm going to pull this tight. 2 15s and 11. Bring those up here next to your bead. Skipping the 11 on the bottom, come into the 2 15s. I want to pull this up next to the crystals, come in through the 11, 2 15s, and through the next 11. Just want to repeat that on the next 2 11s here. Off camera, I went ahead and added those 2. Again, we're going to come down here to the end like we did for the first side by coming through this, the 3 15s on the end, and through the next 11. We're just going to add this little end section. It's made up of 2 size 11s 3 size 15s, and 2 more 11s. And needle into the 11 and the 3 15s, coming out before the 11 on the end. And then needle down into the 2 11s here. We want to try to get those 2 11s to sit underneath the corner 11. We'll come through the 3 15s. Come back up the 2 11s here on the side. And we need to go through our 11 on the end. Now we're going to come back down the 2 15s here on the side. Through the 2 11s on the side. The 3 15s on the bottom. And come up these 2 11s here on the end. Now I'm going to needle through my 11 corner bead, through the 115 and the 111. Go ahead and add the little sections coming off of each 11 on this side of your crystals. Now that you added the little ends on this side, I'm going to needle around to the other side, come through my 15, through the 11 on the end, through my 15s and my next 11. I'm going to come through the 115 and my 11. So come down the 2 15s and come out beside the 11 on the end. Now that I'm down here, I'm going to go ahead and needle through the 11 on the end. Pick up 2 15s and come into your next 11. Again, pick up 2 15s into your next 11. 2 15s into your next 11. So now we're going to go from here over to here and kind of pull it together a little bit, folding it in. I'm going to pick up 1 size 15 and come into the 3 size 15s here. This will help form the corner. As you can see, there's no beads sitting under here. It's just the thread path. It seems like something is missing, but it is not. Again, we're going to pick up 1 15 and come into the first 11 over here. It's going to look a little bit like this on the end as we start going around to the other side. Again, pick up 2 15s into the next 11. 2 15s into the next 11. 2 15s into the next 11. I'm going to pick up 1 more 15, kind of fold my end down, and come through the 3 15s here on the end. pulling that together. Picking up my last 15 for this step, coming into the next 11 and 15. It's going to be kind of loose on the inside right now. We're going to fix that up and secure it. Go ahead and needle down your edge here until you're coming out the 11 before the corner. Switching back over to my size 11C beads, I'm going to pick up one size 11. We're going to do a figure 8 between this 11 here and the one above it. So coming out on the left hand side, I'll needle into the right hand side of the 11 above it on the other side. My thread is coming out here. I'll needle back through this 11 here in the middle. My thread was coming out this side of the 11, so I want to needle into the opposite side of that 11. I'm going to needle into the 15. Through the 3 15s here on the end. And come down and through the next 11. I'm going to pick up a size 11 and do that figure 8 again. This time with the size 11 above it. So coming out of my 11, pass through the one in the middle that I just added. Needle into the opposite side of the 11 here on the end edge, through the 15s and up to your next 11. Again, I'm going to pick up 111 and repeat the figure 8 process. Coming through my 11, 15s, and 11. Pulling everything tight as I'm doing it. Picking up my last 11 here for this step of the figure 8. Moving back through the 11. Through my 11 and 15 here on the end. I'll needle through the 3 15s here. Now with the top part of your ring complete, we'll start the band. We'll be working on this for our band. Coming out of the 3 15s here, picking up 6 15s, needle back through the 3 15s that you're coming out of. Needle down 2 of your size 15s. Through 2 more of your 15s. So basically we're going to be doing a right angle weave, each side consisting of 2 size 15s. So again, you'll pick up a total of 6. And you're going to come into the 2/15 that you're exiting. I'm going to come down 2/15 on the side and 2/15 on the bottom. To really see that right angle weave unit, you can go back up through these two and through the two here in the middle. Back down the two on the side. And the two on the bottom. Retracing each unit one more time shows you how the shape takes place a little bit more. And you're going to continue working on that until you have a length per your finger. I've been adding my right angle weave units down here along the band. I have a total of 13. When I connect my band from this side to the other end, that will close it up and give me a total of 14 units. That also makes a size 7.5 ring. I'll pick up 2 of the size 15C beads and come through the 3 size 15s here on my ring. Picking up 2 more size 15C beads, I'll come through the 2 size 15s on this unit here. And I'll pull this all together tight. Now we're ready to fill the gap along our band to finish it off. To do that, I'll come through the 2 15s here, pulling it tight again. With one more 15, I'm going to come into the 2 11s. This 115 is going to kind of fill that spot right down here. Come through the 11 on the corner. And through your 3 15s here along the edge. I'm going to come through the 11. Now I'll come down the 2 11s here on the edge. Picking up one more size 15. Come into the next 2 15s of the first little unit that you made. Now we're just going to be adding 115 between the 2 15s that form one side of our right angle weave unit all the way down along the edge. So go ahead and add your 15s along this edge until you get to the other end. Nearing the end of this side of my band, placing a 15 end, I will then need to pick up just one more 15. This time with our 15, we're going to come into the 2 11s like we did on the other side. Pulling it into place right here. Through the 11 on the corner. Needle through the 3 15s here on the edge. Also come through the size 11 here on the corner. I'll come down the 2 11s and repeat that process for the other side. just adding in my last 2 15s here along the edge of my band. When I pick up the last one and come into the next 2 15s, at this point, I'm just going to retrace my right angle weave units so I can secure my thread. So I'll come through the 3 15s here on my ring. And then just go ahead and retrace some thread pass here on your right angle weave unit to secure it.